A few kilometres away, housewife Tatiko Noguchi is doing tests of her own.
It's too cold for radiation.
Very dangerous.
And the results aren't as good.
That is still going up. So this tree is a hotspot.
60 kilometres from the nuclear plant that exploded 3 years ago,
It's still going up.
radiation levels on the ground and in the trees are still alarmingly high.
原発が
My life has changed ever since the disaster. I've never hung my laundry outside. I buy water and I don't buy vegetables from outside.
Tatiko leads a group of volunteer mothers who test everything for radiation. Today's results reveal cesium, a deadly chemical from the nuclear explosion fallout.
Do you feel forgotten 3 years on?
いや
The Japanese people have not even thought about us anymore. The government is saying decontamination is working and spending billions and billions of yen in this operation. But the problem has not been solved. It's still ongoing.
You need special authorization to enter the exclusion zone. We've been given a short time to see the places so many people were forced to leave behind. Our Geiger counter reads radiation levels 100 times higher than it should be. But out on land once deemed uninhabitable, workers are carrying out what the Japanese government says is a decontamination program. The earth is being stripped clean, and each one of these black bags, hundreds of them, is packed with radioactive waste. So after you've stripped the trees and washed the roads and removed the topsoil, local communities are left with this: bags and bags of contaminated dirt. But then what? You have to ask, how do you clean up the cleanup?
Well, you can't clean up radiation. Well, what do you do with it? Plastic deteriorates within a few years and they'll all leak and the soil will go back. The radiation stays in the soil for hundreds, if not thousands of years, depending upon the elements. Plutonium lasts for 500,000 years.
So no amount of stripping trees, spraying roads, removing topsoil is going to change
Do
the
anything
situation.
about it at all.
So why are they doing it?
Well, to make people feel better. They don't want to create panic. You can't clean it up.
Thank you for watching this video. I'm Masayuki Ono of the Tokyo Electric Power Company.
Convincing the public that everything is okay is exactly what TEPCO, the nuclear plant's owner, is trying to do.
This is a photo of units 1 to 4 taken from the air.
This company video shows the cleanup taking place inside the Fukushima plant. But the truth is, workers are in a delicate race against time, trying to carefully remove highly radioactive spent fuel.
And you can see an ice wall already formed.
Decommissioning the plant could take decades and cost tens of billions of dollars.
Is it fair to say that the nuclear plant at Fukushima is still not under control?
I do not think that is a correct description, that it's not under control.
How can you possibly say, though, that it is under control when there is radioactive waste still going into the ocean?
It is true that we cannot say for certain that there is nothing going out into the ocean.
Teraki Kobayashi is the spokesman for TEPCO.
At TEPCO, we are working to stabilize the plant, and also we are making progress on decommissioning the plant in order to allow the people who have been forced to evacuate to return to their homes as soon as possible.
Well, it's been 3 years now. How many years are we talking about? If you're saying they may be able to go home one day, are we talking 5, 10, 20 years?
So it's difficult to give a specific timeline for all of the people being able to return back home, and I'm very sorry for that.
The message that everything is fine is one that the Japanese government is desperate for the world to believe, especially as it will host the summer 2020 Olympics here in Tokyo. But Fukushima is 200 kilometres up the road and still leaking contaminated water. Critics argue that for a government that is still convincing its own people of their safety, will have a tough time guaranteeing the health and well-being of the world's elite athletes and the thousands who come to watch them.
You believe, obviously, that appointment of Tokyo taking the Olympics should be cancelled.
Absolutely. It took my breath away when they did that. I've rarely heard of anything so stupid and medically dangerous, potentially.
So what would you be saying to athletes who maybe...
I don't go there.
Can I say that you seem more worried than the rest of the world?
Well, that's because I know more.
For mothers like Tatika Noguchi, it's been 3 years of living hell with no end in sight. She has just one message for the world.
We ask you not to forget about us.